Hey guys, Aces here from NetPlay and in today's internet marketing tip, I want to talk to you about the number one time waster in your business. So welcome back guys, and I want to talk to you about the number one time waster in your business. So I know as an entrepreneur, it's really a blessing for us that we have control over our time, over our schedule, and over overall pretty much the results that we have in our business. However, this could also be a big downturn because if you're not really good at managing your time, not really good at managing the activities that you're doing, you could be doing a lot of the wrong things that aren't really being productive to your business, and so it could actually, if anything, be wasting your time. So what I want to focus on here today is telling you about the number one thing that wastes your time, and it's really on spending time on things you have zero control over. So what do I mean by this? Let me tell you a little bit of a story back when I was in the corporate world. So when I was working here in Canada for a little while, I was actually running one of the gym locations for one of the biggest gym chains in Canada. And as a general manager there, one of my obviously responsibilities as overall running this location was that make sure that it was profitable. So what did that mean? It basically means that the number of sales coming into it every single month were more than the cost of running the gym. Right, so if the costs of running the gym was less than the amount of money coming in, then we would be in profit. Makes sense, right? So one of the things that the company actually did for me, so that to make sure that I was focusing on the right things, was that they would actually remove from our profit and loss statements. And the profit and loss statements are basically just reports that we would get every single month showing how many sales we had coming in and what our cost was, right? So that I could keep track to make sure we were being profitable. And what they would do in those statements every month is they would remove anything that was actually out of my control. So something, for example, like the lease of the location. I didn't pick the location. I had no control over how much that lease was, and really neither did the company, really, to a certain extent. And so they removed that from my profit and loss statement because there's nothing I could really do about it, and it was just an expense that was going to be there. So I just had to kind of deal with it, and I didn't really need to focus on it every single month, right? So that's an example of something. A second thing would be things like labor, for example. I didn't really have control in terms of what I was paying people, because minimum wage is something that isn't in the company's control, it's the government control, and so that's where some of the labor cost came from, right? So those things are things that I could control only to a certain extent, but not so much. They would remove some of that aspect of it as well. So you have to do the same thing in your business now, right? You have to take a look and take an inventory of what it is that you're doing that's actually moving your business forward versus not moving your business forward. So if you're working online, for example, all right, some of the things that you need to be focused on that is going to move your business forward are things like making sure you're writing to your email subscribers every single day, to your email list, making sure that you're creating content like this on a regular basis, so that way you're creating value for your audience, whether it be your current audience or maybe your potential audience coming into your business, right? These are things that are evergreen, that are, once you record them once, you can use them again and again and again, you can leverage. And so these are a great tool for you to be able to focus your time on. Things that you have no control over, for example, are things like whether people like your content or not, things that like what kind of reaction people are getting from your content or from your videos or from your ad campaigns, right? Because if you really think about it, sometimes you'll set up an ad campaign and it'll suck. You may have spent a lot of time focusing and trying to put it all together, and people don't react to it very well, and so you don't get very great results. Sometimes people will dwell on that. They'll look at that and be like, what did I do wrong? And you can analyze it to a certain extent, but you can't get stuck there. You can't be like, oh, I set up this ad, I spent 3 hours making this ad, and it got like really crappy results. Clearly I can't do this. This isn't for me. This isn't the right business for me. And people quit. They get really discouraged because they spent so much time, creating this ad that maybe they felt was really, really good. And we can't really get stuck or hung up on things like that. What you need to focus on is like, okay, cool, it didn't work. Let's try something else and see what does work, right? Try to find what does work. And that's what we have to do as entrepreneurs. We have to be kind of problem solvers and find what things are going to move our business forward. So if you're looking on paid ads and stuff like that, you have to create a new ad, create something else. And sometimes the most basic thing, something that's super simple that you didn't think would cause maybe a great effect on your ad, really does maybe turn it for the better, right? And so anybody could really tell you that. So what you need to remember is, another thing is the 80-20 rule, and I'll probably make a video on this really soon, is that out of the 100% efforts that you put into your business, 20% of that all effort is actually going to get you the most results, and 80% of your efforts is going to get you 0 to no results. So So make sure that you're focusing on things that are moving your business forward. Don't get hung up on things you have no control over. And that's the way that you're going to be able to see success in your business and stop wasting time on things that you have no control over. All right, guys. So if you really found value from this video, please make sure that you share it on your wall or leave comments below and let me know about other things you'd like me to talk about. And until next time, guys, let's just get out there and have
You
some
can get more online marketing and training tips at netplaymarketing.com. While you're there, make sure to request access to the NetPlay Marketing Facebook Mastermind group, where you will be able to connect and network with other like-minded entrepreneurs. Find out what's working online right now and get any of your questions answered on how to best grow your business.